Hi guys, we're back with another book today. It's called The Smart Cookie. And guess what? Here's some exciting news. I went to the book fair.
Yes.
And I got this book at the book fair.
And who came with you? By surprise.
My mom.
Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. It was so lucky because I was subbing at Helena's school that day. And it just so happened that the person I was subbing with said I could take an extra little break and go surprise her and meet her in the book fair. And that is awesome. Anyway, Helena and I were also now talking about this cookie. And she said how cute it was and how she would not eat it if she made it because it was so cute.
Yeah, but my brother would.
And yeah, we had both agreed. Her brother would because he's done it before. Helena's made really awesome cookies. Can you not fall down, cameraman?
I made a really adorable one that had like that kind of face, and he just ate it.
He chomped into it.
And I was so sad. Which one's me? I would say this one.
There's a croissant.
I would say the cinnamon roll, the cookie, or the donut pretzel or croissant.
Yeah, you pretty much like all of these.
Except that.
Oh yeah, macarons. Anyway,
Too much egg.
we're gonna get started here. Happy Friday.
On with the show.
Happy
And if
Friday.
you're watching, and if you're in Ms. Blackman's class, because some of my friends watch this, so you should do it. They didn't like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friends in my class subscribe to our channel.
The Smart Cookie. Greetings, I'm a cookie. I live in a bakery on a street corner near a river. Wow, that looks like France.
Come on in.
Definitely looks like Europe. It's pretty.
Come
Yes.
on in.
Sweet Street. Come on in.
That's a nice street.
Yeah, I want to live there. Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supportive place to spend time. Pretty fantastic, eh? Yeah, that does look pretty fantastic.
I'm a cinnamon roll, because I like to be nice and cinnamony.
These days, life is sweet, but my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers, a cookie who felt confident in a group, a cookie who said, aha, when solving a puzzle, like this, aha.
Actually, I'm a smart cookie, because I'm really smart. I just have some problems.
We all have problems. Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Our teacher, Miss Biscotti, was kind and patient, and when I arrived each morning, she'd wave at me and smile. But I didn't get the best grades, and I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of answers as fast as others. And I was the last to finish most tests.
It's a good thing. That means you're concentrating.
It wasn't because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I'd get distracted and mess up, even though I knew the material. Those were the most frustrating moments of all. Once I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time I added when I meant to subtract. That sounds a little familiar. Occasionally, we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I was completely lost at sea because that's what it felt like. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. Move, you move. No, you move. No, you move. No, you move. I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry. And it went this way day after day. But then something happened that changed everything. It all started with a homework assignment. Miss Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight I would like you to create something completely original, she announced. It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow. That was it. There were no further instructions. Miss Biscotti winked at me as I gathered my belongings. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original? Do tomorrow?
But I was easy. I would just wait for something was pretty. If it was pretty, I would be done.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
When I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something. It splintered immediately. Then I tried to make a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if I was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. I know, me too. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around, and yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go.
That's a good statue. It just got destroyed.
Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original.
A poem.
A poem.
Yeah, that's original enough. That's good.
I came up with a title based on how I'd been feeling. My Crummy Days. After that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. I wrote and I wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. Aha, I said when I was finished. I couldn't sleep that night, but it wasn't because I was worried. It was because I was excited. I felt like I really had accomplished something. I felt smart.
That's a good feeling. I felt that feeling.
The following day, Miss Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we created. One kid showed off his original frosting art. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at such different things.
So it's like Albert Einstein.
Albert? Yeah, but it's a croissant. Croissant. Finally, Miss Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything? She asked. Gulp. I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under the pressure, but I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking and my mouth went dry. This poem is called My Crummy Days, I said, my voice cracking, and then I read it aloud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain lines. Other kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built towards the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. I promise you this, I'll never, ever forget it. Miss Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original. Aha! I had done it. I'd created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha, I thought when I came up with the title. Later that afternoon, Miss Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. That meant so much to me. School was a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand or ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come out as easily for me as they do for others. But now I know I can be smart in many different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You need to just take a chance and try all kinds of things to find out who you are and what you like to do. As for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas, and I've found plenty of other things I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. I'm sorry, please stop, Helena. I can't concentrate when you keep doing that. Thank you. It's more like floating down a river, and the best part is
there's always more to learn because we're all smart cookies.
Yes.
But not all of them are cookies.
Yeah, but it's an expression. The end.
I think
we need sleep. Yeah, we need sleep. You're sniffling.
I think you should be that one because you like to write.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And you're going to like to write one day too. Anyway, have a good night. We hope you enjoyed this great book by Jory John. I love the message that school isn't always easy, but we've got to keep trying until we find what we're good at, and it will make us feel better about everything else. Right, Helena?
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Good night. Like and subscribe.
Happy Friday.